No, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, clap for the heavyweight champ, me. But I couldn't do it all alone.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the I'm Not Lucky, I Am Blessed podcast, episode number 37. And this is the show where we celebrate young entrepreneurs and their achievements, and then we teach up-and-coming entrepreneurs how to make profit using their passion. And as usual, I'm your host, Lucky the Most. Enjoy the show. Boom. So today I have a great friend of mine in the building, Elissa. Did I say it right?
Yeah. What's up?
I did it. Because it's a special name.
Yeah, it's not spelled like Elissa.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yep. So guys, she's a personal trainer. Started our own company, Fitlife.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're gonna talk about what Fitlife is, how the journey has been, and why she chose that path. I'm really excited for this conversation because you guys already know I'm into fitness. I'm a personal trainer, but just starting your own, brand and company is just awesome. And I want to learn from you, so let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. You ready?
Fuck yeah.
Boom. Okay, so can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, I'm Elissa. What am I supposed to say? I'm a private personal trainer in the Boston area.
Yep.
I worked at Equinox for about 3 years and then left during COVID to start my own thing. And so now I'm just kind of like doing that. And that's it. I don't know.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, we like that. So there's this question I always love to ask before the show starts is, do you think you're lucky or you're blessed?
Am I allowed to say both?
Yeah. What do you think? You think both?
I think both.
Okay, that's beautiful. Why?
I don't I knew that was going to be the follow-up, and I was like, fuck.
Why?
Well, obviously, like, my name isn't Lucky.
Okay, good one.
But,
yeah.
I mean, I think everything in life is kind of like you either get lucky or you don't. And, like, maybe you see that as a blessing or you don't, but I think they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And, like, I think my upbringing and, like, my parents and just, like, where I was able to go to college and all these things, like, yes, they were all blessings, but if I hadn't been born into the family that I was born into, I wouldn't have been as lucky.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
I think they kind of go hand in hand.
Yes. I like your point of view, like the way you're coming from. So you were born into it's because it's a blessing, but if you aren't born into that family, you wouldn't have it. So that's where luck comes in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like that. Wow.
You really put me on the spot there. I didn't know that was going to be a...
But that came out of your mouth so powerful that it's like you wrote it down even before we met.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I have it, as a tattoo on my body.
Yeah. That's a. I've never heard anyone say that. Everyone always just sticks with one. Oh, I'm lucky, and then
What do most people say? Do they
blessed.
say? Oh, really?
Yeah, most people say they're blessed, and but I like your own idea.
Thanks.
I guess that's what the podcast is about, just hearing different people's opinion in life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So, you're into your private personal trainer?
Yeah.
How did you start this journey?
Oh boy. In high school, I was doing a lot of running just on my own. I didn't play any sports, but I would get up every morning before high school and go for like a 3-mile run. And then when I went to college, I went to Northeastern.
We both went to Northeastern.
Yeah, I went way before you.
No, we went at the same time.
No, what year did you start?
2014.
Okay, yeah, I graduated 2015, so I was there 4 years before you.
Yeah, but we still went to Northeastern at least.
Whatever, yes.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
We both did. Kudos to us.
Yeah.
So when I went to Northeastern,
yeah.
I continued just doing the cardio stuff
Gotcha.
for like a year. And then finally I ended up getting a personal trainer because I wanted to like explore the weight room. And I thought it was so scary. And just the guys are in there and they're like making noises and like dumping weights on the ground and like grunting and all that stuff. And I was like, this is terrifying. So I had a personal trainer for about 6 months and just like absolutely fell in love with it. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be, like all of that, and just like loved how I felt. Like I felt so strong and so confident and just like so much happier. But at that point I had already like declared a major, so I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I like it, but I don't know what happens now. So I ended up going forward with my major and ended up working like an office job for 2.5 years after graduation.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then quit and got my certification and then started at Equinox, and then all kind of just like has gone from there. But you know, that one personal trainer at Northeastern, Laura, if you're listening, thank you.
What's his name?
Ara Josephson? No, I don't
It's
know.
okay. But, you know, that personal trainer at Northeastern who, you know, hooked her up, shout out to you, you know. So one personal trainer just sparked the plug and you fell in love with it. But what did you study in school?
Communications and psychology.
Psychology. That's interesting. Doesn't really relate to fitness in any shape or form, but other than just...
I mean, it doesn't, but at the same time it does. Like, you know, as a personal trainer, like, you go into the gym and you think you're going to teach people how to do a squat or a deadlift, and then they are talking to you about, like, life, their food and their relationships and, like, how stressed they are. And so it is, like, I find myself using those tools that I learned in communications and psychology every day, even though I'm technically not working in either of those fields.
That's interesting. You know why? Because I studied leadership in school, but I never thought I was going to be a personal trainer. And then I'm like, this was what I needed to study to actually be what I am today.
Right, it totally aligns.
Yeah, it just aligns. And your major too just fucking aligns with...
It works.
Funny how life just puts everything into perspective. Like, the more you keep going, the more you realize that, oh, I thought this was a mistake, but now it's starting to make sense. And
Totally. Yeah, I was like, I should have switched majors halfway through college, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, you know?
No regrets, right? Mm-hmm. Would you have gone back to study like something fitness related, or you think that was perfect for you?
I think if I had taken a year in between high school and college and like figured out what I wanted to do, I would have studied something having to do with the human body. Mm-hmm. But I mean, at this point, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to go to grad school to start all over, to do that. Yeah. I don't know.
That's what I thought of too. I was like, you know, I think I might just maybe use a year or something to just go study about, you know, something more into fitness, you know.
Right. Yeah. Get more certifications. Just like keep learning.
Keep learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope.
Fuck yeah.
So you worked with your major. Where did you work?
I worked at the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center in Southie. I don't know if you know, like, the lawn on D. No. It's like this big, like, turf, like, green area.
Oh, yes.
By the waterfront.
Yeah, by the water. Yeah.
So the building that owns that, they put on these huge conventions. And so it was just like a customer service, like, office job, 9 to 5, sitting in a cube, answering emails and phone calls. And I was, like, so miserable. I would wake up every day to go to the gym before work because I would be too tired after work. And finally, one of the trainers at the BSC that I was going to then was like, why aren't you a personal trainer? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, what am I doing? And so they kind of like gave me the push to get the cert and keep going. So, yeah.
So you were miserable. Was it because you weren't doing fitness, or you just were miserable at the place you were?
I think kind of both. I mean, like, I don't want to talk badly about that company.
No, like, it's a great company.
Absolutely. Like, the benefits were amazing. So much, like, time off. I was like, this is awesome.
The location, too, is beautiful.
Exactly.
In a place like that, you should be comfortable and happy with life, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was, like, that I wasn't doing fitness itself, but I think just being so sedentary and just sitting... I felt like what I was doing didn't really matter. Yeah. Like, I wasn't impacting people in any way. I wasn't feeling fulfilled at the end of the day. Yeah. And so I was just like, this can't be it. This isn't what it's supposed to feel like at the end. So took the leap.
And the job you had was promising, right? Yeah. I mean, and then the path you were about to go on, you didn't even have an idea of, you weren't even certified here. You didn't even think you could be a personal trainer, right? No, and what made you just dive in?
I mean, honestly, like, that one trainer who said you should be a personal trainer, it had kind of been like in the back of my mind this whole time.
Yeah.
But I was like very self-conscious, and I was like, I'm too fat to be a personal trainer. No one's going to want to hire me.
Yeah.
And like, clearly, that's not true.
That's
like
not
people like people that they can relate to. Right.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember the question. I didn't think I was going to be a personal trainer, but she kind of just like pushed me. She was like, you should get certified. Like, just try to do the next thing. I was like, okay. And she ended up leaving BSC, so I didn't get hired there. I ended up getting hired at Equinox instead.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe we would have been co-workers.
That's true. That's true. But we still met at BSC.
We did.
And now we're doing a podcast. Mm-hmm. That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Life is fun.
I remember the day I met you. You were on the flat bench. I was on the incline.
Yep.
And you were like taking a 45-pound weight to put it on the bench. And then you looked at me and you were like, do you want this? And I was like, fuck you. I can't bench 135 on the incline. And I was doing some like stupid like... for me, it was like a high rep phase also.
Yes,
so I was like repping out like 12 to 15 reps. And you're like, hey, do you want this 45? And I was like, fuck you.
No.
Who are you?
But it was funny because you were this friendly the day we met. We just laughed. We literally just laughed about the whole thing. And that was how we became friends. And it was every Monday you were coming. Mm-hmm. Mondays and I think Wednesdays or so.
Yep, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
In the morning.
It's still the same.
Still the same. Same time.
Same time.
And you lift some heavy ass weight.
Which is impressive.
Your deadlift game is even your numbers on deadlift are very impressive.
Thank you.
Bench pressing and all that. How'd you get to that stage?
I mean, when I was at Equinox, I kind of was... There were kind of like different camps at Equinox. So there were like the bodybuilding type guys. Mm-hmm. You would obviously be one of them.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know I was a bodybuilding type guy.
There were like the functional movement people who were always like crawling around on the floor.
Yeah.
There was like the cardio people, obviously just like running and spinning, whatever. And then there were the power lifters. Yes. And I liked that group the most, just like as their personalities. Yeah. And because of the way that I used to feel about my own body, I felt like that was like a better avenue to go into, because like if you're like a big girl and you're strong, that's cool, but if you're a big girl and you're trying to do bodybuilding, like you're like it's going to be so much harder.
Yeah.
So I kind of just like dabbled a little bit in powerlifting and got strong-ish until COVID, and now I'm back to feeling weak.
Oh boy. I mean, COVID affected every one of us, you know. And me too. I stopped lifting for a little bit, but now we're back and grateful, trying to put those numbers up.
Trying.
Yeah.
Always trying.
Always trying. Never satisfied.
Right.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? You said something about like being a fat personal trainer that people wouldn't respect or something like that, you know? But like, how did that work for you?
Are you calling me fat?
No, you said something like that. Okay?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't feel like I fit into like the stereotypical personal trainer look. Yeah. So that's why I call myself that. But I actually but well, thank you. But I am very confident and I'm very happy with the way that I look. Yeah. And so I think the experience has overall been really good, even though I haven't felt super confident the whole time. Yeah. Because sometimes I would get that like incoming client for the assessment and I would just feel so inadequate. And I was like, there's no way this person will ever hire me when they're already like quote unquote more fit. Yeah. But then for so many other people that I've come in contact with, like, they don't even care what I look like. Like, they care that I have the knowledge and that I'm kind and that I'll push them, but not too much. Like, that kind of thing. And then there's a whole other group of clients who, like, we can talk about, like, our daily struggles or, like I'm PMSing, I'm really craving chocolate or, like, oh, I didn't move a lot this weekend because the weather sucked and I was just sad. Like, that kind of thing. And so it's, like, it's easier, maybe not easier, I don't know. This is just my own perspective, but it feels easier to relate to people who are also having these struggles because I've had them also.
Gotcha. So it's perfect. You get right? Because there are people that want that type of personal trainer.
Sure.
Yeah, like if we look at it, there are people that want to see people they can relate with.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, and also there are like clients that if they look at you, they're like, oh, but no, I don't want to work with this guy because I think he's too.
Right.
The way he looks, I don't think it's possible for me to look that, you know.
Right.
It's not ideal. Like, it's not ideal for me to look like that. It's not possible. I don't want to set goals like that. But I want to work with someone that I can relate with appearance wise and say, okay, this is my kind of person. Let's work together.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah,
Totally.
like but do you think it matters knowledge or appearance? Which do you think is more important? Because some people have the look but they don't have the knowledge.
I know. So I think that's like a really hard question because I think the first, like we always hear like the first impression
Matters
so much. And so I think to a certain extent, like your appearance does matter.
Yeah.
But after someone gets through that first part,
yeah.
then they get to see your knowledge and your personality and your humor and like all those other things. And so then appearance doesn't matter as much. Same thing goes with like dating
yeah.
or like making new friends. You know?
Yeah.
It's all like, I don't know.
But do you think when they mean appearance, do you think the appearance they're talking about is that physical or just that warm smile? You know, because I could, trust me, let me use myself as an example.
Please.
I get off all that. Or some people see me and like, oh no, we don't want to train with this guy. If I'm in my mood, but sometimes if I smile with people and you know, sometimes it's just about like just making them feel like, oh, this guy's friendly. You get right?
Absolutely.
He's not aggressive. So I think that appearance probably is just more like, I might be wrong, but just like, okay, how do you present yourself, not your physical, but like, you know, that smile on your face, that warm welcome. Hey, welcome, my name is this, and introduce yourself, and you know, cocky and all that. I think that's what really might be the appearance, but I don't know.
I mean, no, I totally agree. And like my quote unquote rule is like I always, when I'm doing an assessment or meeting someone for the first time, I always try to make them laugh within the first like 3 minutes of meeting them.
Oh, wow.
Because like then they, even if they only give me 5 minutes of their time, there will be some sort of positive association with me. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I had managers at Equinox tell me that I didn't look professional enough, that like I needed to wear makeup or brush my hair a little bit better. Like, oh God.
But like,
And so like in some situations, people really do care about appearance. Especially at like a high-end gym like
Equinox, like how professional you look.
Right.
And in that field, looking professional is having been in our field. I guess looking professional means you have to show some leanness, muscle definition, and stuff like that. And that's why some people get this muscle and trainers but still don't see results, because at the end of the day, it's not about the muscles you have.
Right. It's about the knowledge.
It's about the knowledge. Like,
right.
I once almost got my first personal training job. I was gonna work with a gym, but I wasn't certified yet. But they were ready to hire me because of the way I look. Yeah, they were ready to hire me because we think you're gonna make a huge market. We think you're the guy, and
even though you didn't know anything.
I didn't know anything. I mean, I know how to train myself, but I haven't gone through the class of how to train with people, you know.
Right.
And trust me, there's knowledge in this. It's not just bro science or just working out and stuff like that, you know. It's not just putting, because if I don't know that, I might injure someone or just, you know, I'm glad that didn't work, because at that point I just like, look, I'm not ready for this, you know. I have to. Even till date, even regardless of how I look, I'll tell you the truth, I still doubt myself. You get right? Because it's not enough to just look the part. You have to know the part. You have to you really have to know the part. So, yeah, it's funny.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, how was it like working at Equinox for you? How long did you work there? So, what certification did you get? Okay, so we're at this stage where, okay, let's move slowly now, okay? So, you left your previous job because you didn't like it. What was the next step for you into going into fitness. So what did you do?
So I actually hadn't quit yet.
Yeah.
My birthday's in July, and I went home for my birthday, and I went online and I bought like the ACE certification, which includes the textbook of like training guide, and then the test is included as long as you do it within the 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
So I like didn't really do a lot with that for a couple months, and then I just one day went online and went onto the ACE website and signed up for an exam in November and was like, I'm taking this.
Yeah.
I have to be ready.
I have to be ready, yeah.
So then I
prepping.
Studied a lot and passed with a 94.
Oh!
What up? Yes!
And you were like, damn, I can't believe I passed this.
And like literally the next day I walked into my job and was like, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving you guys.
That was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was that feeling for you?
It was amazing. I was so excited. I didn't have any idea what working in like a corporate gym would be like, but I knew that it would still be better than what I'd been doing. So it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
So then Equinox happened.
That's a huge leap of faith.
Yep.
You didn't even know where this was gonna take you, but you got certified and you closed that chapter of your life. Wait, can I say something? So this is gonna blow you. Okay, so I did ACE too, but I failed my first one.
Shut up.
I swear to God, I failed my first time. I didn't even know how. And when I told people that no way you can, that's why I'm still bringing it back to the part of you might look the part, but look.
Right, if you don't know it.
If you don't know it, you don't know it. And I'm sharing this because to prove that point that it's not about how you look, for real. When I told people like I failed it, they were like, my friends were like, no way you failed that. No way you failed that. Like you cannot fail this. But I'm like, I guess the way they train and the way I train is different. The way I push myself and because some of the questions I read for it. Don't get me wrong, okay? Yeah. I read for it, but when I went there, I guess I was still working out of my own mindset. They might have how you treat this client or something like that, and I probably do it the way I would treat them. But they fail from there or something. And someone actually explained that to me because I was like, why am I failing this? And then it was like, because maybe your own way of training and their own way of training is different. So you just have to play along with their own way of training.
Right.
To pass the exam and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, and the exam, it has like information that you're not ever going to use in normal training.
In normal training, yeah. Yeah.
I can't even think of an example, but like some of the questions, I was just like, I know the answer, but I would never use this in a session.
In a session, yeah.
It's just like, I don't know.
But you just have to give them what they want.
Exactly.
To get what you want.
Exactly.
Or else, if you go against it, you fail, you don't get what you want. Does that make sense?
It's true.
Yeah. So,
gotta play the game.
Gotta play along. And that was my problem. I wasn't playing along with I was like, this is not, but hey, that's what they say. That's what you gotta do.
Did you pass second time?
Yeah, I did. I did. So yeah, it was for me. I guess sometimes I'm like, it just decides like showing me how much do you want this, Are you ready to go back again and accept that you failed it? So it was like I think I needed to score. I was this close to passing it the first time, but I just, so it was a sad moment for me telling people, like it took me hours or days to actually call my friends and say I failed it because it was like, wow, it was a huge, my ego like it, but hey, it is what it is,
Totally.
Yeah. So you worked in Equinox, and how was that for you? What was the beginning of that journey for you?
It was interesting. I think it was a really good starting point for me. I met a lot of great trainers and learned a lot from them. I had a really good network of just the clients that I met and, the people that I came in contact with. Management was a little difficult. So that's why I ended up leaving. But, I mean, I wouldn't change any of that for anything because it taught me so much and, like, I am where I am today because of Equinox. Makes sense. I can't hate on them. I can't.
No, can't talk shit about them.
I don't have any regrets for
it's
working
all love.
there. Yeah.
What made you successful in Equinox? Like, what were some secrets that you think that what made you better? What helped you a lot? Working in a place like that.
I don't think better is the word.
Okay.
Just different.
Just different.
I think a lot of trainers there kind of just put out programs for their clients and kind of just like everyone does the same thing. And I really work to tailor my programs specifically to each client. And I think just like the way that I was able to connect with people really helped. And, you know, like someone would come in and say, hey, my knee is hurting today. Can we take it easy? And we would try to work through it. We would do mobility. We would do like body weight exercises. I wouldn't push them through that. And so I think I just was able to build rapport with people, instead of just like, come on, you're here to work, grind, like, let's
push
go.
Yourself.
And for that reason, like I wasn't always getting a lot of new clients, but I have a really good retention rate. Like I have clients who are with me now, even after leaving Equinox, that I've trained since 3 years ago.
Wow.
Which is just, it's great. And like they've watched me grow and I've watched them grow and watched them hit PRs and lose body fat and like all the things. And it's great. Just to like be able to build that relationship with people.
Yeah. Which is better? Having new clients or retaining old clients? Which of this matters the most?
I mean, based off of my own business plan, I would say retaining clients. Because if you get a new client every week, but you lose a client every week, you're just always constantly fighting to meet new people, write new programs, get up to date on assessments and injuries and all this stuff, versus just like having 2 or 3 years of prior history with someone. And it's just easier.
I got you.
It's more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's less stressful.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Like
I mean, I would love to get new clients. Don't get me wrong. But retaining them is just as good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was like. You know, I always want to say I don't want to lose a client. No, not because I'm selfish, but I feel like it's better to keep. There's a level of satisfaction. You know, it's like okay, until they're like okay, you know what, I've achieved my goals. You know, and it's funny because you never achieve the goals. You get it, and then you want to set more.
Right.
You know, you're like okay, I have this goal. I think I want to do more stuff. You know, I want you to show me more things that I can do because I never knew I could do this. You know, so yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And how was it like training your first client? Who was your first client? Because we want to know, like, for real, when you got your first client, how did you feel? Now, you worked in Equinox, you got a first client. How did you feel? And how did you handle your first client? What did you do?
I remember who it is to this day.
You don't have to say the name, okay? But just...
I remember, so at Equinox you have like the Equifit, so that's like the assessment, and then you do a complimentary session with them.
Yep.
And we ended the complimentary session, we went into like the little office to talk about options, and he ended up buying a 12-pack, and I was like,
oh, 12-pack is like 3 days a week, 12
and I was like,
month.
Let's go. And I was like, okay, like, thank you, like, shook his hand, very professional. And then he went his way, I went mine, and I passed my manager in the hallway, and he just said, I know that smile, you just sold a package. And I was like, yeah, I did.
That feeling.
Yeah, I mean, after that, I don't know. Probably the first clients that I trained, I could have been a better trainer.
Yes.
I think that's probably true for everyone.
Hey, same here.
Okay.
Same
okay.
Here.
Like, am I a horrible person for saying this?
For
Because just it was. I had been a trainer at that point for like a month.
A month, yes.
And so it's like I have all this textbook knowledge, but I don't have any real life knowledge. Except for what I've done for myself. But like, you can't train your clients like you train yourself.
Yes.
Because maybe they don't have the same goals.
Yes.
Or the same body.
Yes.
Or whatever.
I agree.
So, yeah. Training him wasn't great, but he stuck around for a really long time, which was awesome.
What made him stuck around? What do you think made him stuck around? What was it about you that made him just
I put up with the shit.
He
He was on. Oh, this is a lot. If he ever listens, he will hate me. But he was on a lot of dating apps at the time, and so he would come in with like dating stories and just talk about these girls that he dated for our entire session.
Wow.
And I would just like laugh and tell him he was an asshole, and then tell him to keep working out. And I think he just I think for him it felt like he was coming in to talk to a friend.
Yeah. Been listened to.
Right.
Yeah.
And like maybe he didn't want to share his dating stories with like other people or coworkers or his family or whatever. So it was kind of just like a safe space for him.
Yeah.
And yeah, now he's the CEO of his company. What's up? So
Damn, that's nice.
I'm waiting for my endorsement from them.
Ooh, okay. That's cool.
But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I think, well, we're on like both. I'll be honest with you. I feel like we're on both like different end of the spectrum.
Sure.
Okay. So you had the knowledge, the book knowledge, but you didn't have the experience knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had the experience knowledge, but I didn't have the book knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That was exactly how it started for me. And I had to now go back and start digging up things, reading stuff, and then it started to. I mean, till now I'm still learning, but it's starting to make sense mixing both of them together. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah.
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 It's hard to combine the two.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. It's really interesting, man. So you got the first client, boom, and then second one came.
Third one came, fourth one came, fifth one came. And then I don't know. Then COVID came.
Yeah. The main client.
Right, the real deal.
The real deal. The rest client were just ordinary clients. The main client, COVID came in. And then,
Oops.
and then what happened after COVID?
What happened? Equinox closed.
Yeah.
I asked some of my clients if they wanted to do... Equinox was offering sessions through their app.
Yeah.
So they would pay the full rate and do sessions through them.
Yeah.
And I was basically like, hey, do you guys want to do this?
Yeah.
But for less money?
For less money, yeah.
Not through Equinox?
Yeah.
And a few people said yes. And kind of like during those sessions, those virtual sessions through Zoom or whatever, it would kind of like casually come up. I'd be like, hey, like if I left Equinox, would you come with me?
You come with me, yeah.
And I had enough people say yes that I was kind of like, okay. So Equinox reopened in July, and I went back for about 6 weeks, and then I was out. I was just done with that.
Yeah.
A lot of like micromanaging and not a lot of real help.
Yeah.
It's like I can help myself better than they can help me at this point.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I had kind of gotten as much as I could out of that company.
Yeah.
And again, like no hate, like nothing but love.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's been 7-8 months that I'm doing this on my own. I have all the same clients that I started with. Like I haven't like that. Like when I left Equinox, I have like a roster of I don't know how many, and I still work with every single one of them. Like I haven't lost anyone since then, and so that again goes back to the retention thing. Like it's really hard to get clients when you don't have that network.
Yeah.
But if you're maintaining,
That's true.
it's totally okay.
So how do you retain clients?
I don't know.
You don't
Just
know.
look.
What's about you? What is it about you that make this client? Because I mean, you're paying less, but most of them didn't really care about the money. They could still pay more to be with Equinox, But like, what made them? Okay, I'll stick with you. I'll go wherever you go. Like, what was it about them? Because you didn't have equipment and stuff like that. Equinox had way equipment.
Yeah, they have everything,
everything
you could ever want.
But they're like, boom, we'll still go wherever you go. Like, what do you think? What quality was in you that made these people want to follow you anywhere?
I think I just listen.
Listen.
And a lot of my clients do, just like, especially during COVID, I think they just want another friend. Like they want someone to talk to. They want that interaction.
Yeah.
So just like having someone there to guide them through a workout and then also listen, that's like really I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not complicated right now.
No, I am a trainer. That's why I agree with you. Some people just want to be listened.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people just want to talk to someone.
They're getting really cheap therapy.
Yeah. And then also walking out at the same time.
Right, exactly.
So it's like they're getting, yeah.
Yeah.
I know clients are like, hey, don't worry about the walkout, okay? Just
chill.
Just chill.
I used to have a client that she would come to me.
Yeah.
And we would go for walks for an hour.
For an hour. Oh, really?
That was her session.
That was a session.
She didn't want to
lift
weights.
Boom, boom, boom. No.
Nope. She just wanted to have a friend and go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Damn.
Now she lifts weights. So.
Wow.
Pulled her over to the dark side. But, yeah, I mean.
It's now she lifts weights?
Yeah.
You pulled over to the dark side. That was what you meant. How did you do that?
I don't know. A lot of persuasion.
But she likes it, right?
Yeah. I think she's happy enough doing that.
Yeah, doing that. Yeah.
And sometimes we'll do 30 minutes weights, 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
You know, but you just have to meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's having a shit day and just wants to stretch and foam roll, like, who am I to say no?
No, we have to train today.
Right. My goal for the end of every session is I want people to come in feeling, rewind. I want them to leave feeling better than they came in. So whether that means just like more energy because they had a good workout, or like more relaxed because they were super stressed and now they've talked it all out.
Yeah.
Like, I just want people to feel good when they leave.
Gotcha. So you said you listen and then you don't you think sometimes it's needed to push these people? Do you push them, or every time they come in like feeling like you just go with them?
50-50, I would say.
Okay, I like that.
Like, some days, because of how long I've been working with so many of my clients, like, I can tell, like, some days they just need that push, and I'm going to be like, hey, come on, like, 3 more reps, let's go, come on. Yeah. But other days...
You listen.
Yeah. And they'll come in and they'll say, hey, I got 3 hours of sleep and I've had a bowl of cereal today, and it's 5 p.m. And I'm like, okay, we're going to take it easy today. Yeah. What do you need? Do you need a snack? Or like, do you want to work out? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to stretch?
Yeah.
So I try to just like play it by ear and see like how much I can push them without coming across as a total asshole.
That's nice. That's nice. You listen. I like that. I like that. You push and then you also listen. That's cool.
Kind of like what we do, though. We do this for ourselves every single day.
Every single day, yeah.
Like, you listen to your body.
You
if you really need to.
Yeah.
And on the days you feel good enough to push, you push.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to training at Equinox, not just to make fun of him, but like you're
That's
new.
my favorite hobby.
Yeah, you were new, and how did you become good at what you do? What were the steps you took to become good in this field?
Spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
Shadowed sessions of other trainers who had been there longer than me.
Okay.
The hiring onboarding process is like pretty intense.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot during the first month that you're there. You're not allowed to pick up clients or anything. You're just learning online videos, that thing. But really, I think it was just like I would watch other trainers training their clients and have questions about things, and then approach them after the session and say, hey, can we talk about like the whatever you were just doing with your client? I don't get this. What does it do? Where are they supposed to feel it? I just did it over there. I don't feel anything. like that kind of thing. And I would just like have those conversations, like maybe once a day, maybe once a week, but just like try to get as much knowledge from people who clearly knew more than me. Yeah.
So you had to accept that you don't know, and and find a way to know, and that was like you shadowing trainers and asking questions and stuff like that.
Totally.
Yeah. But other than that, outside the gym, were there any extra stuff you were doing? Maybe reading or studying or something?
Do you know the podcast Mind Pump?
Mind Pump. I've come across something like that.
Okay, so I've listened to probably all of their episodes.
Okay.
There's like 3,000 something.
Something.
It's like a health and wellness podcast. 3 guys who all used to be trainers, and they talk about.
It's on YouTube, right? They have Mind Pump, I think so.
Yeah.
They
have
2 guys.
YouTube and then
they have YouTube.
podcasts
Yeah.
So I listened to them a lot, and I learned a lot from them. I mean, some of it's just like news and updates on their lives and like dick jokes and like that kind of stuff. But then at the end of every podcast, they spend at least like 20 to 30 minutes like answering questions that people have written in, or just like talking about their own experiences in corporate gyms versus on their own and like that kind of thing. And I think a lot of the knowledge that I have has come from them because they're just putting it out into the world for free. And they weren't my coworkers who were judging me for not knowing the answer. You know, it's a lot easier to get that information like on the train by yourself instead of having to talk to people about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I'll look them up. Mind Pump. The Mind Pump, right?
Yep.
Yeah. They're on my YouTube. I came across them once. And
I think they record their podcast like with a video. But they also put out videos for like exercises and like mobility movements and that kind of thing. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
sorry to promote a different podcast.
No, I don't care. I don't care. We're still putting our knowledge out there for people, you know.
Sure.
So guys, go listen to Mind Pump. Shout out to them.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go listen to them because I want to learn whatever you got from them. Hey, the knowledge is never enough.
I still listen to them. I listened to them today. I went for a walk and I put on one of their podcasts and I was like,
What's your favorite? What's your favorite one? So I'm gonna listen to it. What's your favorite episode? What's the one you always listen to the most, or you've listened
No, I listen to the new ones as they come out, but I did just listen to one that was really interesting to me. They answer a question. Someone wrote in and was like, I'm not hungry some days, even when I train. Should I force myself to eat or not?
Not,
And the answer, like, they're just so smart. They were like, time is like a human construct. And so, like, just because we say 24 hours is a day and you have to eat X number of calories within those 24 hours, your body doesn't fucking care. Like, as long as you're eating those calories over the course of a week or a month or whatever, like, it doesn't matter if you don't eat today because tomorrow you're gonna be fucking hungry and you're gonna eat the extra calories that you didn't eat the day before.
That makes sense.
So, like, even that, like, it's so, like, when you think about it, you're like, duh, this is so obvious. But, like, I wouldn't have, like, if a client had said, hey, I'm not hungry today and we just trained really hard, I'd probably say, go home and eat.
Yeah, you gotta
like,
eat.
Get your protein.
Get your protein. Get your. Yep.
So, like, that.
I like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
They're smart guys.
Yeah, smart guys.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. Okay. So you've taken a lot of risk in your life, like, you know, leaving your old job to Equinox, and then Equinox now you left and went on your own.
Yeah, I did.
What gives you that God, you know, that just take this leap of faith and just do things?
I have this really unhealthy habit
Yeah.
of waiting until I'm absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
So I wait and I wait and I wait, and when I hate my life so much, then I'm like, I'm gonna make a change.
Yeah.
So that, my sister tells me, Elissa, you should probably leave before you're that miserable. But I haven't forced myself to do that yet. I don't know how. So that, there's no trick. Really, I just, like, stick around until I'm so miserable that
before you. But I'm the opposite. I leave.
Right.
Yes.
You do leave.
I leave. I just stand up and walk away.
BSC, Lucky will be leaving soon.
I mean, if they don't make me feel miserable, you get right? Yeah.
Sure.
It is what it is. I never endure anything. Like, if I start to feel discomfort, because I just get up and leave. Yeah.
I need to take,
no matter how passionate
a note out of your book,
or loving I am to something, once I just, like, you know what, this is not what I want to do, or I'm not feeling comfortable, I just get up and leave.
I need that. Yeah. I need more of that and less of my own.
Yeah, I think
stick it out.
I think I need balance sometimes too. Sometimes I leave too soon and then realize, oh shit, I lost. You ever
I was
left
gonna say, if I could have a little bit of you and you could have a little
bit of me, it will balance it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've left, I'm like, should I go back?
No.
And like, hey,
never
you better
go back.
never go back. It is what it is. Face,
Right.
you
Cut
laid
your
your
losses,
bet.
get
and
out.
get out. And act like it's cool. And then you see them like, yeah, it's okay.
You're
But in the
like
back of my mind, I'm crying. I shouldn't have left. That's what someone told me, like, you just need to endure things. Someone told me that I endure pain, but there's some things that I just walk away from in life. Like, literally, like, you know, I used to say, even in relationships, boom, I'm out. And my friend's like, the problem is like, you need to just sometimes have that patience to endure things.
Right.
Yeah. And I just feel like, it's not, yeah. I don't know, man. But it is what it is. So, how did you start being your own, like working for yourself? What was the first thing you did? So you walked in, you quit from BSc, and then like what were the steps you took to start being your own personal trainer, your private personal trainer?
I reached out to literally every single person I've ever met in my entire life.
Are you serious?
Not quite, but close.
Yeah, but close. Yeah.
Basically being like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
If you know anyone,
yeah.
let me know. The second thing was I wanted to find somewhere that I could train.
Yeah.
Because obviously quitting Equinox means I'm leaving this beautiful gym. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, amazing gym.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing also, just to like find a space that I could use because I don't have a home gym.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. The rest was kind of just like trying to figure out the scheduling and make sure people like trust me. If you're starting your own business, make sure you do a liability waiver. So people won't sue you. That was a big thing.
You do that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got insurance.
Yeah.
I made a liability waiver. And then like, so I just recently have like kind of branded what I'm doing as EN Fitlife. Before that, I was just kind of like
winging it,
blowing around in the wind. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And people kept saying like, you need a company name, you need like a brand, you need a logo, you need a website. And I was like, oh, this is so overwhelming. But finally, like, sat down and figured out the name that I wanted to use.
Yep.
Figured out the logo.
Mm-hmm.
So just now we're starting to like put it out there into the world.
So there was one day I woke up when I was on Instagram, and then
You're like, what the fuck is this?
Someone in fitness. At first I thought it was a scam. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I looked at it and I'm like, boom! I was happy for you.
Thank you.
Yes. I was like, she finally owns this now. Like and that's when I reached out to you. I was like, yo, I think you're ready for for me, it's just about branding yourself. The moment you came up with that name, I was like, I think she's ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it took a long time. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but it's
like
okay.
it's scary, and
it's
like,
scary.
like obviously, like logos can change, names can change, whatever. But like putting it out there into the world for people to see.
Yeah.
Like the number of people I sent that logo to be like, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Is this too much? Is this too fancy?
Yeah.
Is it too obnoxious?
Yeah.
Like, is insane, and everyone was like, it doesn't matter. Just put it out there. Just start putting it on stuff.
Put it on stuff. Yeah. It's dope. Are we expecting any clothing or something? You know.
At some point.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah. T-shirts. Definitely. Sweatshirts, probably. But I don't know. Hasn't happened yet. It'll happen at some point.
Yeah.
If not for my clients, at least for myself, just so that I can wear the brand.
Wear your brand, yeah.
But it's on the list of things to do.
That's dope, man. Like I said, with the moment I saw you, I was like, yep, she's taking this to the next level, and that's beautiful.
Let's
fucking go. More levels to this. Like, you know, we don't stop here, you know. Sky's just the starting point. No, it's not a limit. The starting point. The sky is the starting point.
Nah, I don't know if I agree with that.
I know, right? So, but hey,
I agree. It's fine.
Okay, what do you say? Do you think sky's the limit or the sky's the starting point? Or I just have the limit?
I don't say either.
Yeah.
I say the limit does not exist.
The limit does not exist. Makes sense. That makes sense. We spoke about waivers and stuff like that. I'm glad you brought that up because so like let's say someone wants to go on their own and start personal training. What are things that they need to do? I mean, things that you've done that you recommend them to do before they start their business or brand or company?
Oh my God, do everything in the reverse order of what I did. Honestly, like, so I'm not big into social media at all, but I feel like having a social media presence is huge. Even if you're just friending all the friends that you have on your private page, or you just convert your private page into a business page.
Yeah.
Like, get your logo out there, get your name out there. Just like follow everyone that you can think of. Just so that maybe they'll think of you at some point. I mean, I know, like, it's scary, but it's just like, you have to do it.
Yeah,
I struggle with that every single day. Every single day.
Yep. So you just talked about, and then do you believe in posting stuff on social media? Do you think that's needed? I mean, someone like me, I post a lot.
I know you do.
I post a lot, and then on the other end, you barely post things.
I know.
But like, do you think you're cool with that, or you're working on actually making yourself better on posting? Because the question is now, like, okay, do you think it's okay to post, or you think regardless you're still gonna be?
So I think if you're trying to like be an influencer, or really grow your business through social media, you have to be posting all the time. Otherwise, you're not going to even show up in the algorithm. People aren't going to see your shit. I am kind of approaching it differently in that, like, I want to have the page there as a landing page. If someone is interested in training, then they can go and they can see and they know that, like, I'm a legit person and I, like, know my shit and whatever. But I'm not necessarily trying to pick up clients through Instagram. So I think it's really based on, like, which way you're going. Like, my goal when I first made my business Instagram was, I was like, oh, I'll probably post like once a week. No. I post like...
Hey. I even think you post that shit.
I feel like, it doesn't happen very frequently, but I don't know. Everyone has their own style. You know, like, sometimes you see someone who posts 7 times a day, and I'm like, fucking unfollow them. They're annoying. But some people like that. Some people want that. So I think everyone just has their own style, and you just got to find what works for you. It's not worth stressing about. That's what I'll say.
Okay, I like that.
Like, I was super stressed about the social media aspect, and I was like, fuck it. Like,
you're still making your money regardless, so it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Can't change it. I mean, I post a lot of videos, so for me it's simple. I do this shit every day.
Right.
And if there's someone out there that's gonna get knowledge from what I'm posting, I could post as much as I can. It's my page. I decide, but it's not posting because I want to be an influencer or something. That's not the mindset. The mindset is, hey, there's someone out there this might help. There's someone out there might be, because that's what motivated me. Like there was this video I always share this story with a friend. Like I was when I first started going to the gym at Northeastern, I wasn't always motivated to go to the gym. And there was this day I was at home just sitting and thinking if I should go to the gym or not. And then a friend of mine picked up my Instagram and was just scrolling through, and I was following bodybuilders and stuff like that. So one of the pages, he came across, somebody was walking out, and I just heard the sound of the weights, the clink, 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 and banging, and him screaming and stuff like that. And it just turned me on to go to the gym and work out. Literally, that motivated me to go to the gym to work out. So based on that experience, I'm like, yo, if you keep something out there, you never know who might come across this. That it might help him to. Someone might just about to eat something and come across your video. I'm like, fuck, this guy's always working out. Shit. Boom, I'm dropping this. And just completely change your life. You get me, right? Because that changed my life. The day I went to the gym that day, and that was the day I built my dedication for the gym. After that day, it became easy for me to go to the gym because I came across that thing that changed my life. So I feel like it's the same way for me. Like me putting something out there, someone's going to definitely come across this, that it might change their life and just maybe start a brand new life.
But I would argue that it changed your life because you wanted it to change your life.
That's true.
Motivation is like so short term. If you only work out when you're motivated, fuck yeah. We're never going to work out.
Nah,
you know? Like, you work out because you're disciplined.
Discipline, yeah.
I work out because I'm disciplined.
Discipline, yeah.
But, like, you seeing that video and feeling motivated from it, yes, that changed your life, but that's because you let it and you wanted it to. And you disciplined yourself to go after it after that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Versus like being motivated for one day and then the next day, like, cookies sound even better.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
Like, it's about discipline.
Yeah, it's about no motivation. Motivation is just half. It's not even
motivation
close to,
gets you in the door
in
the first time.
Yeah.
But like
But discipline is what keeps you going every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone told me motivation is like a glass of water. When you wake up in the morning, it's full, and then from the day, things spill out from people you encounter, things that happen at the end of the day. It's all the way down here. What keeps you going to the gym? It's your discipline. And that was my boss, George, that said that. It's discipline. That it's not just motivation. Motivation is just
Yeah. I agree with Josh.
Yeah. Okay. So let's still talk about those things that are needed. So we talked about the social media. Also like what are those documents and legal stuff that needs to be done. Do you have to register your business and stuff like that before you get started?
So
what's the process for you?
You can.
Yeah.
Right now, you can get a URL, you can register as like an LLC or a sole proprietorship if you want to.
Yeah.
It makes things easier for taxes because then they have your information and it's all kind of just like in there and it's going.
Yeah.
I haven't done either of any of those things right now. I just have the company name out there as what it is.
That's what it is.
And at some point, I will probably form an LLC.
Yeah.
But obviously, all of these things just like cost money up front.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the drawback of making something more legit. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. And then let's talk about some struggles, challenges that you've been through, because you left Equinox from where there were gyms, equipment and all that to you now just going from place to place training people. I don't know where you train people, because what's funny, I've been working at BSC and I've never seen you brought your trainers to be your clients to BSC to train people. So
I would never.
So I'm like, where the fuck do you train people? Do you work out with dumbbells? You work out with weights in your back and then you just pull it out and like boom, here you go, work out.
Let's go.
So how do you do it? Like, what are some of these challenges that you're going through and you've been through, and how have you maneuvered all of them?
Challenges are everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So everything that I see coming at me as a challenge, I try to frame in a more positive way.
Gotcha.
Because challenge has like a negative connotation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it means it's not gonna not gonna be great.
Yeah.
So I kind of try to see these challenges as opportunities.
I like that. No.
So one of my opportunities. This is so cheesy.
And I like the fact that you don't call it challenges, you call them opportunities. So let's use
but they are challenges.
Yes, but there's an opportunity.
Yes. So you asked about where I train clients. So right now I train out of my own house.
Yeah.
Because I have some kettlebells and dumbbells and bands there. So some clients come to me.
Okay.
Sometimes I go to other clients' houses and train them there.
Yeah.
And then I also found a studio in downtown Boston that you can rent out by the hour. It's set up just like a small gym. And so you go in and all the equipment's there.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
So the challenge is how much time I'm spending commuting.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just at one location.
Yes.
Like Equinox or BSC.
Yes.
And my clients aren't always coming to me. Sometimes I'm going to them. Sometimes we're meeting somewhere in the middle. Sometimes they're coming to me.
Yes.
So it's like I'm spending so much time commuting.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost to the point of me being like, I need to raise my rates.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going into the city for one session, it's like it's a 30 minutes there, train, and then 30 minutes back. So it's a 2-hour commitment.
Yeah.
But then then I try to see the silver lining of it. And I'm like, okay, I can listen to podcasts on the train. I can increase my education and my knowledge.
Yeah.
I can do my programming when I'm on the train.
Yeah. That's a smart way to see things. So you see opportunities, not challenges. Okay, there's an opportunity for me to work on programs, work on myself.
Right.
I like that. Okay,
Right.
so you were
read my book,
read your book,
downtime,
yeah.
I don't know.
No, makes
Just
sense.
try to make the best out of everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Mindset.
Mindset.
That's powerful.
Mindset is everything.
Mindset is everything. Someone else will sit there and say, "Oh, but the community is too much, and I don't want to," But you're like, "No, we use that to work on programs and listen to podcasts, read a book, or something like that." Yeah,
Right.
That makes sense. You gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day.
Exactly.
It's like no excuses. So you might as well just make it fun and enjoy it, because unless you want to go back to your shitty job that you don't enjoy.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. So. Okay, that's nice. So, how did you come up with EN Fitlife? EN Fitlife.
EN Fitlife. Okay, so my initials are EN.
Yep, makes sense. Makes sense.
So I was really struggling with the company name because, I'm like, do I want it to be fitness? Do I want it to be training? Do I want it to be like something strength? Do I want it to be, because like all those things kind of like pigeonhole you a little bit.
Yes.
Like if you say that this is a training company, then you have to only do training, right?
Yeah.
So I somehow came up with Fitlife because I do think that there's so much more than the time that you're spending in the gym.
Yeah.
Like there's the sleep, there's the nutrition,
Yes.
there's the mental work.
Yes.
And I feel like, so it's more encompassing of just like my own philosophy towards training and working out, but it's also, it gives me some flexibility. Like if I end up getting a nutrition degree or certification
You're
or
still
whatever,
open to that,
I can go into that.
Yes.
Fitlife. Right, exactly. So it's more
everything
well-rounded.
Yeah.
We don't just want to be fit in the gym. We want
Yes.
to be fit in our whole life.
That's the mindset behind that name is powerful. I just thought you just woke up one morning and thought like, oh, I'll just call myself EN Fitlife. But it makes sense because you didn't want to be caged to one. Because fitness is a lot of things,
Right.
Yeah, you could wake up one morning and feel like, I think I might go into yoga or something. It's still fitness.
It's still
fit life. So Fitlife.
Fitlife.
Boy. Brains.
Thank you.
Brains. Brains. I just thought you woke up one morning and called yourself EN Fitlife.
Stop it.
No, my bad.
A lot of thought goes into these things.
Yeah, you just. Okay. So, what's the goal now for you? For EN Fitlife, like what plans do you have for it? Where do you want to take it to next?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to speak things into the universe, man. That's what I believe in.
I know. I mean, in a year, I would love to have my roster doubled.
Doubled, okay.
That seems a little lofty, but it's nice to have big goals, I guess.
Yeah.
At some, I don't know, because prior to COVID, I was like, maybe I want to open my own gym.
Yeah.
But now, with everything how things are, I'm like, our gyms
still a thing.
Still a thing?
Yeah,
Or do people just want to train out of their homes? So, I don't know. I'm kind of just like waiting to see what happens in the world and like what the vaccine does or doesn't do. And
makes sense.
Go from there. Like, I don't want to make any big moves right now.
That you can't keep up with.
Right.
And then lose.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, we'll see.
Yeah. You ever thought about a studio or something so you don't have to commute too much and then, people kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a lot up front financially.
Yeah.
To build one of those out.
Gotcha.
But we'll see.
Yeah. And then you spoke about COVID. How has COVID affected you as a personal trainer?
It's been hard. I think it's been hard for everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's been hard. Like, I am a personal trainer because I like working with people and I like the human interaction.
That's fact.
And taking the human interaction out of personal training is really tough. Like, online sessions are hard, because you're kind of like talking all over each other and it's just like horrible. But then also, like, I am used to being able to see a 360 view of the client, but instead they're just like right in front of me. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's happening with your lower body or the back or whatever. So it's really challenging, but I think we're making the most of it. In the spring and summer and even into the fall a little bit last year. I had people come to my place, and I have a little yard, so we trained outside,
Trained outside, yeah.
masked up, like doing all the stuff,
Yeah,
but just like make the most of it and try to interact with people as much as possible, even though it is really hard right now.
Yeah.
But hopefully things get better.
Yeah, we'll
Right?
Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. If things don't get better, that doesn't mean, like you said, it's not an excuse. It's not a weakness. It's an opportunity for us to think of how to grow.
And it is an opportunity.
Yeah.
Now I have clients who do virtual sessions when they're traveling.
Oh, wow.
Whereas, like, they would before train in person, but then when they were on vacation, they wouldn't train.
Oh, I like that.
But now it's like, you don't have
have any excuse, but because you were training with me at home virtually, so wherever you go, you're still gonna do it.
Right, exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. and then so how do you do, like, how did you start up your own virtual training? Like, at what point you're like, what, I think I'm gonna start using Zoom, and how does that work? Because I don't know how the whole Zoom thing works.
Every single day, I struggle with it.
You struggle with it too.
Technology is so hard. I made an account, and sometimes the meeting works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes the connection is so bad for no reason.
For no reason, yeah.
Yeah, every single time it's a nightmare, but it's okay.
Wow.
We're making it
We're
through.
making it. Crazy, man. Like, I saw a video once he posted of someone. That was the first time I actually saw fitness online. Like, Zoom. Yeah, I never, like, I never did it. I did it once. That was like the first phase of it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I never did it. Because I'm like, it's not the same. I don't even see what's going on in your life. Like, I really don't even. I mean, people do it, and I don't know if it works out for them, but like for me, I feel my level of knowledge is just enough for me to see you one-on-one and work with you. Maybe as I grow or something, I might become that knowledgeable to just from train you from online. But right now, I need that one-on-one connection. Yeah. Stuff.
I mean, it's hard, but you grow and you learn new things. Like, I have clients who don't have any equipment at home, and we're doing virtual sessions, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, here we go.
Here we go.
So you have to come up with new things, and like, it's good.
Yep.
It keeps me on my toes.
Yep. You gotta think outside the box at that moment, like
always.
With no equipment,
right?
How do you make this more challenging, interesting, and not boring for them to keep? What a life!
I know.
you went from having a gym with everything inside, so you don't even have to think outside. The only thing you think of is maybe new things or something, to now to a world where you're just like kind of like completely no equipment, and
it's hard
online.
It's hard, but I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
As long as someone has like somewhere that they can slide around on the floor. I'm like, get a towel. We're doing slide lunges, sliding push-ups, body saws, like all this shit.
Oh boy.
I don't know. We make do.
But like, do you do, like, is that a slow process, or it's still the same pace at when you walk out in the gym? You get me, right?
It's totally different.
Totally different.
The beauty of working out at a gym is the environment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's other people there who are working just as hard. You're all there for the same reason. Yeah. You're all trying to better yourselves. Working out virtually, these people are like in their pajamas, like slippers, like texting, getting phone calls, and I'm just like, because
they still at work too. Most of them are still at work while they're doing that with you,
right? Because they're at home, and so everything. So it's hard when home is everything now. It's the gym, it's work, it's home, it's family, it's personal, whatever. So I mean, it's challenging, but I don't know.
We met after COVID, right? Yeah, we met after COVID.
Yeah. When did you?
Yeah.
I feel like I met you like right when you started at BSC.
BSC, yeah, that was after COVID. When the gym opened after the first lockdown.
Right, like in the summer.
Yeah, in the summer.
Maybe September.
Ish. September.
So I quit Equinox end of August.
Yeah.
So I was probably in BSC right after that.
Yeah. Because what brought this conversation was because while we were in lockdown, I was doing at-home workouts. I love at-home workouts. if you had known me before, you would see my post. Like I literally was posting every single day because in order for me to maintain and because when the lockdown happened, I was like, there's no way I would just settle for this and just lose myself. And I had no equipment, literally no equipment. So it got to the stage where I was using like buckets of. I would fill water in a bucket and walk out with it. I was squat with water bottles and stuff. Like literally just creative and making it fun. But guess what happened? I came out of COVID the leanest shape of my life.
That's impressive.
It's impressive. I swear to God, like I did it.
You are the opposite of everyone else.
I would show you my if I have pictures like when I was working out 3 times a day.
Shut up.
I swear to God, morning, afternoon, evening. Because I had to keep that level of intensity because in the gym I know how intense I go to burn that amount of fat and stuff. And my diet was disciplined too. I had to discipline my diet 100%. And I came out of COVID. I mean, I lost strength, but I was very lean. My abs were on point because everything I was doing was just body weight abs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even now I don't look as lean as I am when I came out of COVID.
That's impossible.
I swear to God. So that's how much I believe at home workouts. No, I wouldn't even lie to you. If you have your phone here with you, let's put it up after this podcast. I'll show you. Yeah, now it's not like okay, we're back to the gym. So I get that mindset to eat, and then I know I'll go to the gym to burn it off. And I was that disciplined. I was like, because I know I can go to the gym and burn this. It's like you do 100 push-ups before you could burn something you burn on a treadmill for 1 second, right?
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you do it at home, you have to
1 second.
If you go on a treadmill for 5 minutes, you burn like I don't know how many calories you might burn, but if you're at home, you have to do more push-ups or longer. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
Yeah,
that's quite impressive.
No, just to let you know that. That's to let you know that at home workout works.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It does work. And after that, I just felt like what. But it's just that if you want to put on muscle, it's difficult to do it at home.
Right.
There's only a limit to what you can do at home,
Right.
Yeah. That's why I was doing 3 times because I needed that pump every single.
You just gotta slow down the tempo. Just do tempo shit.
Tempo shit, yep. Tempo
That'll
shit.
fuck you up. You will not be okay.
Okay, yep. Damn. That's a good one right there.
Like 3 seconds
3
down.
3 seconds down.
3 seconds
3
pause.
seconds pause. And then
3 seconds up.
I like that. That's a way to switch. Yeah, but you know why I'm laughing? Because that's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You have to do it.
Right.
Yeah. If you want to see changes, every day either you increase your tempo or you
do something.
Man, shout out to you, man, helping people at home getting healthy. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for coming up with this beautiful tempos and because I never thought of tempo until you said I'm like, yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh my god, you've never thought of tempo?
I mean, I do it, but it's not like how you just like wait. I do time and attention, but no like. Seriously, like you just put it up, just kind of wow, that's a good point too. Because I never did it when I was training. I was just switching exercises and trying to do different, and reps.
Pro tip: if you're fucking with the tempo, decrease your weight by like 80%.
80%, yeah, that's true. Don't use the same weight. And
you will get crushed.
Not the same weight. But so let's see. Honestly,
we're good.
We're good.
We covered everything.
Well, what am I missing? Hold on.
Oh my god.
Guy, I didn't say. Listeners out there, personal trainers. How do people reach out to you? Okay, this is the best part of it. Okay. Now someone listens to this podcast. I want to work with her. How do they reach out to you?
Okay, on Instagram. My business page is en.fitlife.
Right, yeah.
Or you can email me at okay, I have to spell it out. It's my last name.
Yeah.
NAROWSKI.e@gmail.com. Yeah.
That's simple.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give my phone number out, but
I mean, you can leave it out there. Some creep will text you.
Right.
And you
hey,
might also get
see who shows up.
Okay, if you guys want a number, text me. Okay, I'll send you guys a number.
And, I bet you would. You really will.
Definitely will. I wouldn't even waste. I mean, I want you to get more clients. You know, it's
Thank you. I
business.
appreciate
It's
it.
business. Like I told you, I'm sending anyone I know that needs at home. Oh, at home, Elissa got you guys. She'll make you guys do the tempo stuff.
Not to start. Oh my God, I'm not that mean.
No, she's not that mean. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. And what's your advice for someone in your shoes? You know, let's say, you know how you started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone listening to this and they're in that position that, like, you know what, I don't think this is what I want to do. You know, what's your advice to a listener like that?
Take the leap.
Take the leap.
Don't waste any more time.
Don't waste any more time.
That's it.
Well,
Find something that you're passionate about and do it.
and do it.
Yep.
Ooh, last question. So is this a passion for you, or so this whole thing, was this a passion for you?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yep. People always say, "What are your hobbies?" And I say, "I like working out." And they say, "You can't say that when it's your job." And I'm like,
Yeah,
it's still my hobby.
Still my hobby.
It's number one.
Yeah, and that's what this podcast is about. I only look for people that are passionate about something and they're making profit out of it, because that's like not the ultimate goal, but you know, it's like that's the life we want to live. You know,
Absolutely.
making profit out of what you love. Success is when, you know, passion meets profit. You know,
We're doing it.
we're doing it. Great job. So, and then what's your style of fitness? What's your style? You know how,
For myself or for my clients?
basically, you know, what's your style of fitness in general?
I'm gonna tailor it to fit each individual.
Fit it.
That's my style.
Yeah, that's your style. So you don't have a peculiar style.
Mm-mm.
That's nice.
I train myself like a power lifter,
Yep.
but I'm gonna train everyone else
Everyone else.
individually.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try to
Yeah.
put myself in a box or a cage or
Cage,
anything else, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. And how do you have both knowledge? I mean, all these knowledges, because I mean, you're a powerlifter for yourself, and then how do you also train your clients on different areas? Like, how's that possible for?
just keep reading,
Just keep reading.
listening to podcasts,
Yeah.
stay up on the new studies and
Studies,
research.
Yeah.
Just do what you can do, you know?
Yes. Wow. Oh, that was that. Honestly, this was a great conversation.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot
I
of fun.
I told you, right? I told you would love this. And also, I would still want to have you on this podcast. We talked about Fitness Fridays, you know.
Yeah,
Let's talk about some
absolutely.
fitness stuff and, you know, see how we can still drop some, because, you know, Mind Pump or whatever.
Yeah.
They put the knowledge out there for you.
Absolutely.
Let's put knowledge out there for people too, you know.
Sure.
Because, like, trust me, there's someone out there like you looking for this knowledge.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, for real. And that's what this podcast is for, to put out those knowledge for people to learn and just help themselves, even if it's just one knowledge, could go a long way for someone. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, guys, with that said, we finished this episode. It was a great time. You guys heard how she started from, you know, Northeastern. Got a degree there on communication and psychology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got a dream job, good pay, benefits and all that, but she still wasn't satisfied. And after that, she, you know, quitted, started the personal training. Mind you, no experience. Zero experience, okay? Excuse me, but she didn't even look the part, okay? But she went after it. And look where she is now. This is just the beginning, okay? She hasn't even started yet. Trust me. And she's one of the coolest and smartest people I know in this field, okay? For me to bring her here is because of how much I love and respect her. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Also, go follow her on Instagram. Support her. You know, if you need a personal trainer, she got you, okay? She knows what she's doing. Definitely, I recommend her, okay? So with that said, have a great day and see y'all later, okay? Peace.